Nemesis, and this time we have to go to the other continent through that tunnel system. I'm recording this post-commentary so I can skip all the battles and just do one smooth experience. Here we are in the tunnel. Is this Luviria tunnel, big bro? It is dank here. Yeah, it's the undersea pass connecting this continent to the southern one, and why you feel the thick humidity. Be careful not to slip, though. What's the matter, Crone? Who, me? Nothing. It's just, I wonder if any of those slimy creatures live down here. Slimy creatures? Fear not, Crone. I will protect you from any monster that dares cross your path. Now, if you would give me your hand so as not to slip on any of this foul muck. Thank you, but I think I can handle myself, Walter. Besides, it won't help us much if monsters were to suddenly appear. I suppose that is true. What do you say we get going, everyone? Necrone, please be careful where you step. Some of the stuff growing on the floor down here is pretty nasty. Thank you. I'll be sure to do that. Denied. Maybe that'll teach Walter not to be so self-important in the future. Sister of that guild scum, how long do you intend to stand there laughing to yourself? It's not called laughing, it's called chuckling, doofus brain. And what's with you calling me sister of guild scum? I have a name, you know, it's Aura, and I'd appreciate it if you called me by it. Great, now look, everybody left without us. Hey, wait up. First it is one and now the other. Soon I'll put these smart Alex siblings in their place. And now we're in the kind of small labyrinth of the sewers. This is really a drop in the bucket compared to what you're going to find in the next video. The enemies down here are werewolves for the most part. They are a bit nasty, and you can also get back attacked kind of often from my experience here. Like, that's what happened in this fight and why I have to heal. So, the werewolves actually are like a new sprite. I probably should have shown one, but I bet it's going to pop up somewhere else. All in all, the enemies here aren't too bad. We're starting to get to the point where we have to get new armor and everything, and I'll be back for that chest. I noticed the cracks in the wall that allow me to pass through it. But beyond the werewolves, there isn't really much to give you trouble down here. Even the boss is fairly simple, as you'll see. I just go ahead, round up all the loot I can find. And I didn't notice if there were any AGP to be found down here, so it's possible I could have walked past it or something. This is over where the boss is. I realized that, and I turn around to finish getting the loot, like that one chest we passed up earlier. And it's just one of those invisible walls. Look for the cracks, and they make it kind of obvious with the whole walkway. I get to pick up the lunatic wand, and I haven't actually tried this item yet to confirm whether or not the text is true, but a staff that drives one insane. Attacks cannot be used. Gives you strength, mind, and speed, but no vitality. So the way it sounds, it kind of makes me think like you're berserked, you just keep attacking, and that's why I passed on it. And right here I noticed the Energic Tempest, the weapon I found earlier on that I couldn't identify. It goes to Aura, and it actually heals her as she does damage with her basic attack. I'm going to swap her into the party in a moment because I want to basically increase the number of healers in the team. We've had some fights where I really do need all the healing I can get. And not to mention the weapon is pretty strong, so that's more incentive to use it, unlike the one thing for Corone, which may cause me to lose control of the character. Right here I did choose correctly on the first attempt. We get to pick up the status cares, and then we can just loop around. They didn't really make this too complicated since you can see the barricade real early and then you just walk around it. And here we are in the boss area. Since I don't really have anything to do to prepare myself, I just need to walk forward and take the thing head on. There's something lurking in this place, isn't there? Yeah, and why we should be careful. I feel a breeze. Me too. It must mean we're near the exit. Last one out is rotten egg. Or wait. Huh? It's Morpha from The Legend of Zelda. Man, he's really falling apart since the whole water temple thing, huh? Well, the guy's gotta take whatever jobs he can pick up, right? Oh, look out. Cornet, hurry and get over here. monster, you foul fiend. Wait, Walter, it's not a good idea. The devil? You idiot, Walter, what are you doing poking at that thing's butt? No, now you've made it mad. But, how can you tell the difference between its backside and its face? That would be a good argument there, Walter. Something that really got its blood boiling. You okay, Corona? Thanks to you, I'm fine. Afraid? Right, get ready everyone, here it comes. So this is my first encounter with the poison status effect, as you're about to find out right here. Poison breath. It goes ahead and hits Walter and Aura, and all in all it's not really that bad. It actually does so little damage that the healing from the Energic Tempest will allow Aura to pretty much stay topped off while still dealing damage. Since I don't have a good way to manage EP just yet, I don't really want to spam her spells, so I want to keep something in reserve for healing. So it really favors me to just keep her up there. As for this, I'm buffing my main character, Frey. I gave him the speed up from Corone, his own buff, and I just wanted to see how much damage I'd actually do to this guy. Sadly, he popped Hyper Goo, and you can't really see it, but that is a slowdown to the entire team. So the speed buff is gone, it actually neutralizes, it's not like one overwrites the other, and the rest of my team is slowed. So I did 80 damage with that one hit. Walter does 50 on his own. I could buff him with his own spell, and I could cast another one on Frey to make him even stronger. It's just, since these are time sensitive, I don't really think that it's kind of worth it. If it actually renewed the timer, it might be worth it to try to time it so that right before the level 1 wears out, you can refresh it to a level 2. But that's something I need to test as time goes by. Meanwhile, you can see that this enemy really is like a mid-boss, perhaps. There isn't a bigger boss in the sewers, it's just they kind of throw this at you, and it's not really that impressive. Definitely not quite like the first boss, but I am a little bit better prepared for this one, so full party weapon. I'm just gonna keep whittling it down. Since at this point I was starting to suspect that maybe this is like a warm-up boss before we fight the real boss, or maybe the thing's going to transform after we take it down. That's why I don't want to spam spells with Corona and just try to pick it off, like spam light arrow, stuff like that. So right here I'm expecting one new enemy's going to pop in, where it's going to be. I didn't quite get enough to level up, sadly. So I didn't get the healing off that. Corona, were you harmed in any way? No, I'm fine, really. And a fortunate thing at that. How come you didn't move out of the way when that thing attacked? It's because... aversion to slimy things. You what? I have an aversion to slimy things, especially those kinds of monsters. You do. Yeah, she's read enough manga to know where that thing's going. You're actually afraid of something, Corone? Yes, storm monsters have joints, so I can anticipate their next move, but slimes and such have none. That's why I can't tell what they're going to do. Not to mention the squishing sound they make when they move is particularly sickening. I see, so that's why you were paralyzed with fear, huh? Yes, I can handle the small slimes if I force myself to, but that big one was just too much. I apologize if I caused you any trouble. Actually, there wasn't any trouble at all. Everyone's got at least one or two things they can't stand in life, right? That's very encouraging of you to say. Other than the likes of slimes, there is not a monster in this world that can stand up to Corone. Therefore, do not start thinking she needs your pathetic help, guild scum. Now, let us go, Corone. If any other slimes dare show themselves, I will be the one to protect you from them. Thank you, but no thank you, Walter. We're all companions here, and I'd be grateful if you would treat Frey with respect. My apologies, Corone. Wow, I think he really hates you, big bro. What on earth did you do to him? Other than beat him at last year's tournament, I could hardly guess. We haven't seen each other since. Why is he acting like he peed in his grits? Wish I knew, so we can get things worked out between us. Well, this could end up being a detriment to the mission and the party. Frey? Right. We better get going. Hadn't we? Don't want to be left behind. Still. And at this point, there's just a little stretch of sewers to go. There are golem enemies that can appear here that are pretty nasty. I ended up just running away from them because I couldn't really do a lot of damage to them, and I see more level here, so I'm thinking, okay, where's boss number 2? I don't want to spam all my stuff, run out of EP, and then just get mowed down. Right here, I see a corridor over there. I didn't know if it was connected or if it looped around like this, so a little bit more investigation reveals that I'm kind of wasting my time searching for a secret passage. And that area looked like the boss area that I was expecting. That wasn't the case. I made it out, but is it just me or does the weather feel colder? It's because the mountains in this region tend to be blanketed with snow most of the year. You're feeling the wind blowing down from them. I see insufficient discipline in your life has left you weak to the cold. Come on, you can't expect a researcher to have undergone the same rigorous physical training as a knight. Still, even with the chilly air, I'm actually looking forward to seeing all the snow out here. Did you receive much snowfall in Archlight City? No, it's actually pretty isolated around something ridge. Is it not that way in Galsbean? Actually, no, we've never seen any snow in the capital. But on the northern continent, it's had snow all year long. All year long? Oh, I'd love to go there someday. You don't think the grass is all green on the other side of the fence until you get there, find it all frozen, and yourself an icicle. No, I won't. Just wait and see. Let's hurry and experience these snow-covered peaks firsthand. Don't say I didn't tell you so later. At any rate, the ridge can be reached by heading south and passing a village along the way circling northwest. There'll be rough trails all the way to the ridge from the foot of the mountains, so we'll need to stick to the main. And right here I'm just trying to speed up because we need to go to the village. We have to upgrade our equipment because for the next part we have to actually go to the ridge. We'll find out the thing is locked and then we have to come back to the village anyway. So by going there we have to encounter new monsters that are stronger than the stuff in the sewer, and having the equipment is going to help you considerably. It's going to make it safer and faster. So right here I'm going to shop around. I'm just doing a quick pass, see if there are any obvious side quests, even though I've yet to find one that's kind of worth doing. And here in the inn we find a chest in the wall. So there has to be a secret passage somewhere. I'm trying to find the crack pattern that I can use to identify the wall. It's actually on the bottom right there that I walked past. Right here I'm just thinking, is there something here, like is it supposed to be one of those lines, is there something wrong with those lines, etc. And I'm wondering, do I have to walk along the top of the screen or what? And when I head down here, I spot it, I can loop around, and we will pick ourselves up some strength seeds. And since I don't know if anyone's going to be leaving the party just yet, I'm a little hesitant on using those. I don't exactly want to use them all on the main character, Frey, but I might end up doing that if I just need the stats, and I don't know if anyone's going to be leaving. So here we have the equipment shop. We can pick up a new knife for Frey. I don't need to pick up a new gun for Aura because my healing one is much better still. Can't really afford the chakram or the stick, so I go ahead and pick up the spear for Walter. We have a Nodachi, which is supposed to be the weapon for the new guy we'll be getting in the next video. But I can go ahead and pick up a new piece of armor, and right here I saw the one in the bottom left corner. I realized it's probably something for one of them, so I can get one of one and one of the other, and that way I can play it safe. So the light armor is better for Walter, he alone can use it. And right there I was just looking at the numbers and I confirmed it is better. It's 100 gold more. It's worth it in my opinion. Meanwhile, the wool dress, I can pick up 2 of those since I don't plan on using Aina. She's going to get neglected a bit. And you have the funky smelling lab coat. So that does some different things. All in all, it's not really worth it and I can't really afford it, so we're not getting it. Now I just have to equip the stuff. You can see the stats change. I'm still using their her default armor. It's his too. So I was taking more damage from the werewolves and the golems than probably necessary, but not an issue now. As for this, we'll be talking to this guy in the next video. We'll be talking to these people in the next video, but no side quests to be found. And we'll be talking to him again. So the video's about wrapped up, another short and sweet one because the next one is going to be really long. Before editing, it's an hour and 16 minutes. Once I cut out all the random encounters, it might be a little bit better. Hopefully I can get the thing down to like 40-ish, 45 tops, we'll see. Right here I noticed the grenades can now be bought. The water grenade seems to be the best one because it's an EL enemy line. The other ones are single target, so you get a little bit more damage out of it. I assume it's probably like the water spell that Coronet can use where you deal normal damage to one guy and then half damage to the guy behind him. So the ridge is to the top, we have the Urto checkpoint, which we'll be going to 2 videos from now. And I love this one because I encountered the Giga Fairy before I actually encountered the normal fairy. Really had no idea what to expect, but I had my new equipment, and if I did not go shopping here, this thing probably would have screwed me over. But anyway, we get to play it safe. You can see that Aura can pretty much heal herself, and this thing is just dropped like the insignificant bug it is. Goes down, and it wasn't really worth that much. I don't know what's so special about them. It's just a lot of SP. So over here is a dead end. Don't really know if there's like any significance to that. But as for the ridge, you have to loop around the mountains here, zigzag from one thing to another, and really they make it annoying since you have to turn around, come back, and then return. And then you have to once again leave. So long walk. Anyway, we're going to be putting the break here. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching.